What up? It's your boy Sinfanta,
And it's Gnarly Marv, boss of the Brave Hearts.
and we're here, mask and patch. We're coming with a temporary placeholder that might be.
How you doing, Sinfanta? Looking adorable as
Man,
usual.
wait, hold on.
Oh my god, oh my god, look at the coffee, look at the panda mugs. Chacho brother, yo, how your wives, guys? This man is dropping panties out here.
Yeah. It's specifically, exactly. That's what I'm dropping. Yes.
Yo, bro, how was your week, man? Like, I feel like you did a lot of karate this week. I don't know for sure, but I feel like you were in the bathroom flexing a lot.
It was good. It was good. How was yours? I was working out.
Yo, man, I was really busy, but I got to spend Navidad with the familia. This episode is probably gonna come out after Christmas, but it's the day after Christmas that we're recording it. I got everything I wanted for Christmas, which was money, so that's all I need right now. That's all I need in this life for sin.
Did you have any coquito?
Yeah, my pops gave me a whole bottle full of it, which came out to like 2 cups when it was all said and done. I drank like 2 cups of it yesterday, and my pops made coquito for the first time by himself, and he was kind of proud. He's like, "Yo, man, it's a coquito, bro." I was like, "All right, pops, I'll try it." I was like, "All right, pops, I'll try it out." It was good though. It was good. It was good.
Oh,
Shout out to Gnarly Pops.
It's been a crazy week.
It's been a crazy year, bro. You realize this is it, right? This is the final stretch of the doomsday apocalypse year of the Mayan calendar and all this jazz over here. This is
the COVID Mayan calendar.
Yeah,
right.
bro. We're on the final legs, the final stretch of it, and it's like, yeah, I'm happy it's over. I'm happy. I'm ready for whatever's coming next. I'm ready for the aliens, zombies. I'm ready for whatever comes next. Whatever is on the horizon, I'm there. You know,
the aliens are just gonna come down and be like, "What are you guys doing?" Oh no! All right, we'll come back later.
Yeah, we'll see you in 2030. This is crazy.
No, you messed up.
This is crazy over here. This is crazy. But let's get into the news, bro. Talk to me about this Free Melee 2 college startup. Talk to me about it, son.
All right, we're gonna do a follow up on this. So, last week we talked about what was going on within the Smash Bros. Community and Nintendo shutting down events. Well, we had also kind of hinted at the fact that Nintendo's shutting down college startups, and so as it turns out, it's absolutely true. Now we have Nintendo claiming that they're gonna do college initiatives for Smash Bros.
College initiatives.
Yeah, we used to use Melee and Smash Bros. Tournaments for initiatives for inside colleges. Unfortunately, Nintendo is just giving them cease and desist so that you cannot hold even small events, small scale events. We're not talking about 100 people. We're talking about lesser.
Copy.
So they sent a cease and desist and said that this won't be a thing. Like in the future, they have a plan that they're gonna do, and then start. We doubt that there's anything coming down the pipes.
It sounds like they just want to get paid off of people playing their game. Is that what it is?
So the way I see it, and this is something that I actually have. I'm not gonna say who. I spoke to a Nintendo rep, and the way they see it and I see it is, unfortunately, the Smash Bros. Community has done damage to the Nintendo brand, and Nintendo is very traditional and very tight to the chest with their stuff,
with their IPs.
And so the fact that they were just opening up last year to doing stuff and actually doing events, and all of a sudden this whole, I'm not going to use the words, and people got exposed.
Yeah, Smashgate. Let's call it Smashgate. Did everybody give it a name yet? I want to call it.
No, Smashgate. Let's get
Smashgate happened. What was it? June? When did that happen? June? July?
Yeah. It was around June. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Smashgate happened, and you're saying this is a result of that. That's starting to make sense to me. Yeah.
Yes. So Smashgate happened, and unfortunately, Nintendo all of a sudden just started slashing things down. And while I don't agree with the way they're handling it, I understand.
It's a very traditional company. They're like, yo, this is a black eye on the reputation of Smash Brothers, and this is what people are gonna think of for a couple years when it comes to Smash tournaments or events in general. I see where they're coming from now that you tell me like this. I kind of see where they're coming from.
Now, the funny thing is that, and I'm pretty sure you remember me saying this, but when it first started happening, with this, I'm not gonna say names, with people,
Mm-hmm.
I initially said we're having the conversation from the wrong end. I said we should be talking about how it happens in gaming. Period. It's not just Smash Bros. Community; it's gaming. But we didn't. We never changed the initiative of the conversation, and look where we're at.
Yeah, and the way that platforms or gaming journalists, the perspective they took on it was like, this is a Smash Bros. Issue. This is something in the Smash community that's a problem. When in reality, it's probably a problem in every community, or it's a problem with human beings. It's not even a Smash Bros. Thing. This is a human being problem. Which is
Yes.
sad but it's a black eye in our community. It really is. Because of the way they
No, absolutely.
they put it,
It's not even it's not even like there's a question if it happens in gaming. There's it's a deduction event. So if there's something that attracts something, the predator will follow through. So if there's food that attracts a prey, the predator will follow through. And that sounds very, very niche, and it sounds very direct, and it sounds a little offensive, but that's the truth. And so if video games attract children, then children will attract the stupid stuff. So
yeah. I mean, no, I kind of see where they're coming from now, because with their traditional values, with how Nintendo still does things so old school, they're probably like, no, we're not gonna let this kind of stuff happen again. They probably want to control all of these events, which unfortunately they don't have a lot of experience with doing organizing these kind of things. And they're taking the grassroots out of it. Like, this is a grassroots movement most of the time. Like, when we used to hold tourneys, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just us. Like, we didn't even have the support of a giant company behind us or sponsors or nothing. So, if they were to stop us, imagine that. Like, hey, it's seeing Fanta and Marv? Get out of here. Like, they're not going to imagine that. I'd be pissed. But I also understand where they're coming from.
If they tied in their company to one of the websites per se, or if they had access to ease of application, that would be so much easier. You just, you want to start a tournament? All right, done. And then if something happens, then we're responsible. But no, no.
I wish Nintendo would have brought Smash GG instead of Microsoft. I know Smash GG has started to become.
You heard about that?
Of course. I know Smash GG. It stopped really being only associated with Smash. Like, I know a lot of other fighting game communities that use it now. So it kind of makes sense for Microsoft, which, not for nothing, handles things outside of just a particular community, where Nintendo probably would have only wanted to do something that was more Smash associated. But even still, it would have had people working under Nintendo that are more involved in the lower sides of the more grassroots side of these events, if that makes sense.
Yes.
It would have had them talk to people that are more involved with what's going on around the country or whatever. But let's see if Nintendo starts organizing their own stuff or like promoting their own things. I mean, I can't picture it, but we gotta play Smash. People want to fight, bro. I don't think they can. I don't know. This bad PR they're going through is not gonna go away until they figure out a way to make it safe for people to play and I don't know. Just stop being so tight-fisted with everything.
Exactly.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it won't be too damaging to them, because unfortunately the Smash Bros. Community is just like a bleep.
Yeah.
It's
a water drop in a giant bucket of all the money they make. You know what I'm saying? we don't put money in their pockets that much. You know what I'm saying? And of the people that have brought Smash Brothers or that play Smash Bros Ultimate on Switch, the competitive scene is probably less than 10% of everyone that has purchased that game. So they're not too worried about us like that.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's just about 10%.
Yeah. But moving forward, quick takes on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series. Have we completed an entire month with these consoles already? What are we on? Week 4? I think we're on week 4. I think we just had a whole month of these consoles being released.
Yeah, week 4.
We are on week 4, and I'm not feeling that next gen feel that I always feel when a new console generation happens. I feel like we're still in the PS4, Xbox, whatever the hell it was called, era. Like, it hasn't hit me yet that this is a new console generation. But what's your hot take on this so far? I don't own either one, by the way. For people listening, I don't own either one, and I don't plan on it, to be honest. Not yet.
Right now, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't feel the hype. I don't feel the need. And it's funny because I was planning on getting a PlayStation 5, and then because of the Cyberpunk fiasco, I was just like, nope. And it also stems from the fact that Cyberpunk is such an advanced game, and PS5 still can't run it. It worried me. Yeah, the game is buggy, but I'm just looking at, it's supposed to be a next-gen console. It doesn't look very next-gen to me. Not even the graphics are like, oh my god, I'm so blown away.
Graphically, nothing has blown me away either from what I've seen. Zippo.
I don't think that's gonna matter anymore. I don't think graphics are gonna be a thing until we have a console that can emulate movement and graphic gratuity both together, and that's I don't know when that's gonna happen, but I think that's gonna be when we're gonna be over the uncanny valley, when we have for those that haven't heard what the uncanny valley is when we have graphical power to the point where we can't tell the difference between virtual and reality, and that's what we need. That's gonna be the last leap that we need in video games, and unfortunately PS5 and Xbox Series X don't do it for me.
I mean, a month in, who knows what could happen. My whole thing is just the games. I'm not even a graphics person, even no matter what I play. But it's just what's gonna make me spend $500, right? Or what couple of games? Because I'm never gonna spend $500 for one game. Like, that's crazy that people do that. You know, maybe people got money to burn. No, hell no. I haven't played Call of Duty. I never was a first person shooter kind of guy. But I still even if I had, let's say you brought a PS5, let's say you did buy it, what games are you even gonna play on it? Like, bro, there's only like 3 games that are worth playing. Like, let's say Spider-Man, which is like a 10-hour game. Let's say Cyberpunk worked and you played Cyberpunk and you liked it. Okay, that's a game that probably could hold you down for a couple months. Bloodborne,
and Horizon.
Horizon came out, and it didn't come out yet for PS5.
It did?
No, it didn't come out yet.
Let me see. All right, continue. I'm gonna look it up while you're talking.
I would say only Spider-Man, Cyberpunk, and Demon Souls are the only games worth playing for PlayStation. And on Xbox, I don't even know. Right. I wouldn't even know what's on Xbox.
Oh, there's nothing on Xbox.
yeah. I was gonna say there's like, I wouldn't even know what to play on Xbox. But yeah, like, so nah, the next gen hasn't. The next gen begins when a game that makes people say, I gotta get a new console comes out. So like for instance, on the GameCube, Melee was that kind of game. Melee, let's say, Star Wars Rogue Squadron, you had Luigi's Mansion, all graphical powerhouses. All games that made you say, wow, this is next gen. Like, this is not 64 with the polygonal, characters. This is next gen. We have lighting engines. We have like characters that look very close to what they look like in CGI cutscenes. You know what I'm saying? And then with like the Xbox 360 and the PS3, I would say in that realm, the first person shooters did bring the next gen. That was the generation of first person shooters, the 360 PS3 era. So people that played Call of Duty 2, and Black Ops and all that other stuff, that was their time to shine. And that really made it did feel first like a next gen, especially with the online capabilities that those consoles brought, which were much ahead of what came before. But like I said, I don't feel that. I don't feel that this generation. I don't feel like there's a genre of games that make people say, "Wow, this is a genre that only could work on this generation of consoles." Like when Grand Theft Auto 3 came out on the PS2, it was like, "Wow, this is crazy. You definitely could not do this on PlayStation 1. You definitely could not do any of this stuff." I don't see it yet.
I feel like that's why Nintendo's so careful, and I hate how people think Nintendo's gimmicky. But you know, if you don't try new controls, if you don't try to innovate and try to do new things, well, how are you gonna wow the market? Now, the Wii U was a huge misstep. I've always said it because they, you know, I had this feeling before the Switch was even announced. And it may sound dumb with me, and people will think, "Oh, you're just saying this in hindsight," but no. From the Wii U's initiative jump, I had this feeling that the Wii U was just like a testing ground for a new console. And, you know, there was tablets. That was the craze back then. So I'm sure Nintendo was like, we're going to go the tablet route for the next console, but I don't know, we should invest in. Like, why don't we do the Wii U? And it's like, that was the worst thing they could have done. They could have did a Wii 2, like, you know, I don't know what to name it, but the Wii was great in my opinion. I love shooting at my TV with that control. It was amazing. But
I think it's a double-edged sword with Nintendo. With Nintendo, it can go very good or it can go very wrong. Very good in the sense of the Wii, very wrong in the sense of the Wii U. So
yes,
I mean, it can go either way. In the case of the Switch, I think it went really well, because they not only innovated with the Joy-Cons, they innovated with switching between handheld to console. That for me does it all. But like I said, Nintendo's need to innovate is good and bad. In the long run, though, it is ultimately super good because remember, we didn't even have analog sticks on the controllers until Nintendo innovated with the Nintendo 64 controller. We didn't even have D-pads. We didn't even have D-pads until Nintendo made the NES controller. We had the joystick with one button, or like a controller with phone numbers on it or whatever. So Nintendo's innovations are good and bad. Yeah, with the Atari, remember the Atari? It was one button and like a joystick, and forget about it. Nintendo, and then the L&R buttons. We didn't even have L&R buttons until the Super Nintendo. Like remember Sega Genesis? There was no L&R buttons. So like when you're trying to play a fighting game, you had on the Sega Genesis you had to press start to switch between punches and kicks. So no, Nintendo's innovations are good, but they are missteps. There are Virtual Boys and there are Wii U's in their catalog. So there's some misses.
I would say, what would you consider the future of gaming would be for all consoles? Because in my opinion, it's video game, unique catalog for video games for each console, and graphical tuning. Because I don't think. Graphics is no longer going to be an issue except for Nintendo. They still got to catch up, but I understand why they can't just yet.
Mm-hmm.
In controller innovation, I feel like both Sony and Microsoft forgot that, and Sony actually did. So I guess they kind of like learned something.
Sony learned a lot from Nintendo. Sony learned a lot, because now every time they make a controller, there's something new inside of it. It's not just the PS2 controller, but see-through now, you know. So what I think is next, I think really is the streaming factor. I think streaming PS4 games to your Switch is going to be a thing. I think streaming Xbox Live games to your Switch is going to be a thing. I think your device is going to be less important, and it's going to be more important what service subscription you're paying. Because if you're paying for PlayStation Now and you want to play it handheld on your phone, you just download the Sony app and the PlayStation app and play it anywhere. I think that's what's really next. But I don't think we're there yet because a lot of places in the world don't have good internet. Even here in New Jersey, we think our internet is good because we haven't been around the world. but it's really not that good here in Jersey either, or anywhere in the United States.
The only one that's good is Verizon Fios, and you got to pay a premium for that.
You got to pay a premium, and it's not everywhere because where I'm at in Jersey, there's no Verizon, and I'm not even that far from you. Isn't that crazy? I know.
What?
There's no Verizon in my area. I don't have that option.
I don't want to say where you're at, but you're telling me from where I am, all the way where you're at,
there's no
Verizon Fios.
No, because internet is a territory business. So I don't even want to get into too much how cable companies screw us, but pretty much these guys have territories where they're allowed to put towers, and they have a monopoly on this area. Pretty much, it's area-based monopolies that these companies have, which is crazy that the government lets it work this way. But I don't have the option for Comcast. I don't have the option for Verizon. There's a lot of stuff I don't have. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy. It's a whole nother conversation, but it's crazy. What do you think is next? Right. What do you think is next, though? What do you want out of the future of gaming? Pretty much.
Honestly, my concern from the start of the Wii was even if creativity was gonna die, because I remember when the Wii came out, people were complaining, and then the second people understood what it was about and Wii Sports and the aiming at the TV, all of a sudden all the haters shut up. And they were like, "Oh, but the graphics is still bad." It's like, yeah, well, that's called a trade-off, so that way you can actually afford to buy the console. Or you want really great graphics and a shitty console. Which one do you want?
You got to remember, Nintendo's for kids first, and parents don't want to pay $500 for their kid to press buttons.
Yeah, so my Nintendo, I've always been a Nintendo fan. And obviously that doesn't mean that I hold their hand. No, there's times that I've actually not bought anything for them at all. Like the Wii U, I didn't pay anything for anything. I just had people graciously gift me with stuff, and I was not gonna pay for that console because they did a huge blunder. Like they would only drop games every now and then. It was just trickle effects, and they were great games on the Wii U, but it was just like one here, one there, and so. The future, I think, it concerns me because the way things are going, I don't think we're gonna be exclusive in the not so long future. I think Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft already know this, that consoles are a dime a dozen. They're gonna be one of the few things that are still thriving for the next couple of years. But sooner or later, consoles are not gonna be a thing, and they're gonna have to depend on phones or something of the like, unless they come up with their own phone-like structures that can also connect to the TV. Because phones are just getting stronger and stronger and stronger.
Exactly.
And that's what we depend on. So maybe have video games that are unique to the brand that you can open through an app, like, as you said, on the phone, and then maybe have some kind of apparatus that connects to the phone via that doesn't take much via Wi-Fi, and you can actually have a controller. Mm-hmm. But I think that's where we're heading, and it's unstoppable because, as you can see, people bought in head first into the Switch. Even people that hated Nintendo were like, "This is nice. I can take video games with me, and it can even run Witcher 3. It can run freaking Injustice. It can run Monster Hunter. It can run all these things with the lesser chip inside it." So I could put it on my TV. I could take it with me to work.
You could stream games to it. People in Japan are streaming Resident Evil and what was the other game they're streaming to it? There's a couple games in Japan that are streaming. Phantasy Star Online 2. Also,
somebody got Cyberpunk running on it, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's right. You could stream Cyberpunk too. Yo, bro, that's the future. Streaming games here. Nintendo is at least ahead in that front. They're getting games on their console
without knowing it.
Without even knowing. They're getting games on their console that cannot even run without even just streaming it. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy. That is a crazy thought. That's the future.
So I think that's what we're...
Yeah.
Yep. All right, you wanna open up the next topic? or do you want me to do the honors?
I didn't read the whole article, but so you can lay it down. But pretty much Shigeru Miyamoto talking in the New Yorker over here. Hey, oh.
Hey, yeah, do the accent.
Shigeru, what's up with you, my man? Hey, you saw Rocky 5? Hey. But yes, so Shigeru in New York. I didn't get to read the whole article, so I want you to fill me in on any of the cool bits in there.
All right, so we had Shigeru Miyamoto as part of Nintendo since 1977. This guy has been around for a while. He joined Nintendo when Nintendo was a toy selling company. It wasn't really video games, and they also sold playing cards and trivial novelties. And then around the time that he made the Donkey Kong game, all of a sudden saw his potential and he started making more video games. The article kind of goes in depth into his history or whatever, but what I was interested in was the portrayal of his image. And over the years, there was a lot of things that I heard through trickled through the vines of Miyamoto being hard to work with, and I kind of disregarded it, but it turns out it's absolutely true. And so, as it states in the article, he is definitely hard to work with because he's a perfectionist. He likes his video games to run in a particular way. And also, he's also been known to upend a few tables.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Miyamoto.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've heard that he used to walk into the office smoking a cigarette and cursing people out a lot. Which I can picture it.
Yeah, he's been that way, but we're talking about a time frame of 10 years ago. So, there's been about 10 years of growth, and what he says is that he wishes for a kinder interaction between the company and each other into video games. Now, I don't know about him, but maybe it's because he's older now and in hindsight, but I don't think that's realistic, especially if you're making a good video game and you got crunch time. You're not going to be kind if you want a good game. You're going to be exactly how you were, Miyamoto, a perfectionist.
I wish we knew a little more into Nintendo's development culture, like what's their offices like, what is the culture in the offices and all that stuff, because Nintendo's so secretive and tight-chested about what goes on actually at Nintendo. So, but they don't put out a game till it's ready, and they definitely don't put out games that are glitchy disasters. How do they accomplish all this stuff without the news saying, "Oh, Nintendo's crunching their employees," or that's just how Japanese culture is? I don't know.
So being somebody that's been in Japan, crunch time essentially in Japan is not even considered crunch time because it's always crunch time. It's one of the few things that I love Japan to death. I love the culture. I love everything about it. But the one thing that I don't like is the work ethic. It's extremely harsh. Sometimes you get paid for it just right, but sometimes you do not. Our work over there is 60 to 80 hours a week. It's pretty harsh. And they're okay with that. And I feel like they shouldn't be okay with it, but I digress. That's why there's so many psychological issues and physical ailments over there with people and individuals. That said, it tends to be that Nintendo does care about their employees, but as it pertains to Miyamoto, unfortunately, I guess you could say his fame or position did get to his head, and from what we hear through the grapevines, he definitely wasn't easy to work with, and thankfully he somewhat realized that, and I would hope that into the future he's had successors or that are gonna continue his legacy.
I'm sure he has some proteges in the house. The stories that always bug me out about Miyamoto is that he doesn't like stories that much in video games, which I love. I love video game stories and lore and all that other stuff. He's not big on that at all. If it's up to him, Zelda wouldn't have a timeline, or Mario Galaxy wouldn't have that storybook thing in it. I remember him being very opposed to like that kind of. He just wants games to be fun, playable, pick up and play situations, not necessarily having these deep I don't know, backgrounds or world building stuff. So that always booked me out about him. I remember, I think it was starting with Wind Waker. I think he tried to take out a lot of the cutscenes and story out of it and whatever too.
But yeah, that was actually the exact time frame that they transferred the Legends of the low handling to somebody else.
So Onuma,
and they took it from me.
Yeah. So
yeah. He's so good.
Yeah, and he's been running the Zelda stuff for a while. But yeah, it bugs me out about him. But you have to admire though the he pretty much set the standard for what a Nintendo game is like. I think if you look at anything before Super Mario Brothers on a Nintendo, you see that they were kind of like any other arcade company, kind of like Namco, kind of like Capcom, in that they're just fun, pick up and play, you know, beeps and boops and stuff like that, where like Mario is a whole nother beast, is a whole nother standard for gaming. Yeah, but but yeah, shout out to him, shout out to getting this interview. I'm looking at it now. He said the interviewer asked him, what kind of boss are you? And he said if you ask he said, if you think about it, I think they probably imagine that I'm very nice, but if you ask the people on the front lines, those who actually work with me, they might say that I'm very picky or that I'm always comments on their work. I've had the pleasure of growing up in an environment where people praise me, but I'm aware that there is a feeling among people who work with me that they do not receive adequate praise, that I'm always fastidious about their work. I wonder how that really translated, if that's the right word. But yeah, I think,
no, that's correct.
I think he's a little more hands off nowadays, but I think he was like over you as you worked probably back in the day when he was in his like prime or whatever.
Yeah. Well, right now, I think we talked about this when we were talking about Super Mario World, but he essentially he's more focused on making the theme park. Yeah. Because he's trying to phase out. Thankfully, Miyamoto says that he found people that he can leave in the hands of them, the games and the creative process.
Yeah, big up to him, man. Big up to Miyamoto. Hopefully he has a lot of years ahead of him. Miyamoto, this pizza eating guy over here. Shout out to him, man. He's 68 years old according to this article. So yeah, man. Hopefully he has a lot of years ahead of him so he can see his theme park thrive and be successful.
It's insane how old he is and he's still doing things.
That's how Walt Disney was. That's how Stan Lee was. These are people who transcend just being like a creator, because Walt Disney created Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, all these people. Stan Lee created Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Captain America. No, actually, no, I'm wrong. Stan Lee did not create Captain America, but he's in that ballpark where they are, where they transcend their medium and become like known as like Mr. Disney is Mr. Cartoon. He's the guy. He's the visionary. He's like the god of everything Disney. Where like Stan Lee is the same for Marvel. He's just the god. Like if you think of the god in the Marvel universe, it probably will be Stan Lee. And with just like that with Nintendo's, I mean, we don't give, I don't know how much credit we give him that he doesn't deserve, but I guarantee you he deserves a lot more than we actually give him. So shout out to him, man. He's Mario, he's Zelda, he's Star Fox. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend, bro. He's a god among men. That's a true auteur right there.
Speaking of God among men, we got a
nice segue. Right? Nice, yo, Sin Cara with the segue, yo. He pulled it out the holster. He was like, my boy.
We got Immortal Phoenix Rising for all the consoles, which is barbaric that it can't even run on Switch because of the open stylized world. Now, what do you think about this game?
I just want to start off with the fact that the game was originally called Gods and Monsters, and then Monster Energy Drink sent them a cease and desist to change the name or whatever, and they had to change the name.
Oh, yeah.
The game was originally called Gods and Monsters, and this is the year of the Breath of the Wild ripoff. This is the
Yeah, it's a rip-off for real. Even on the main website, it says a fun riff on Zelda.
yes. This is the we got Genshin Impact or whatever it's called on mobile and other consoles, and now we have Immortals Phoenix Rising. I actually saw a bunch of other games that are Breath of the Wild ripoffs, where they even have like the UI looking the same with the minimalist text and everything like that. So it's crazy how much they kind of stole from Zelda, but at the same time, what is it? Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, and
it's an homage.
It's an homage, and that's cool that Nintendo is still inspiring game makers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hear every game creator saying like, yeah, I'm inspired by Nintendo, or I'm inspired by a game they made. And it's still happening to this day with newer generations of game developers. It's still happening, this is actually a win for them, right? I think, but it's a Ubisoft game, right? Correct me if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, so I'm concerned about bugs.
Yes. So my whole thing is I will probably never buy this game just because it has a Ubisoft logo on it, because they are infamous for sending out games before they are done, or the games not looking anything like the trailers. That's
exactly what I was going to comment on. So for the first time, the first time in years, because Assassin's Creed does count. Remember that, guys. Once upon a time, Assassin's Creed was actually a good game. So it turns out that Immortals Phoenix Rising actually runs well from the jump. What?
Wow. So maybe they took that from Nintendo too. Maybe a game running well out of the gate. You know what I'm saying?
So it runs well. It has a lot of good scores. I've tested it myself. And the lore seems, pretty fun. I don't know if anybody knows, but the lore is essentially in the title, Immortals Phoenix Rising. You play as Phoenix, a new winged demigod on a quest to save the Greek gods and their home from a dark curse. Take on mythological beasts. This is not an ad, by the way, but if Ubisoft, if you want to, sponsor us, thank you. Take on mythological beasts, master the legendary powers of the gods. So you get the gods of each, the powers of each god, and defeat Typhon, the deadliest titan in Greek mythology, in an epic fight for the ages. So essentially, it's an open world, kind of like Zelda. You use some of the powers that you get to interact with, minute puzzles and whatnot. And it focuses basically on lore rather than what Breath of the Wild, which was just open heart bursting, freaking do whatever you want, exploring. It surprised me when I played it that it actually runs decently well. I was shocked on the Switch.
That's good. That's good. I mean, shout out to Ubisoft. Shout out to Phoenix Rising. I don't know if I'd still ever get around to it, but you can't be mad at a game that's taking inspiration from one of the greatest games of all time, right? It happens. It is bound to happen. So yeah, shout out to it. So
let's leave it at that for now. Yeah. I just wanted to mention it because we're gonna come back to it. We're gonna come back to it after all the Rotten Tomato reviews are done and the users keep pouring in, saying more reviews and seeing how it runs.
Yeah, let us see. Let us see. So next up, we got the Nintendo ninjas on Twitter with the Swift Blades, bro. With the Navajas, yo. That this story is so hyped that it got Sin Cara out of his seats. Sin Fanta out of his seats. He is back. He is back. Let's run this down, bro. Let's actually break down what is actually happening here, because I'm looking at these texts or these printed messages and saying Nintendo is like Big Brother, bro, for all the praise we just gave them. Break it down for me, Sin.
Man. All right, so this is just a culmination of what's happened within the Smash Bros. Community. It seems like people were actually concerned that Nintendo is stalking people and essentially trying to keep track of people that had doxed them in the past or are printing out illegal quote unquote copies. And somebody must have made a PDF file, because it's definitely not real. There's no way that this is real. But I'll take it with a grain of salt. It's essentially a couple PDFs that they posted on Twitter. We'll if anybody wants the links, we'll post them down below.
Mm-hmm.
So just let us know. And it says on the PDFs where they track an individual, such as like Neomod, and they'll say what this particular person is doing. So where they live, what they eat, who they work with, how old they are, what they're good at, what their tastes are, what their dislikes are at, where they walk at what time. So many small little details as if they hired a private investigator. And it's not only one, it's multiple individuals. This was during the DS era as well as the Wii era and a couple others. Now, somebody went through all the steps to write this out and come up with names and whatnot. Now, here's the thing. If there wasn't a dead giveaway, I would have thought this was real because they stacked a lot of information back to back on it.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed real. But if you click on the image, guys and children, so here's how you learn. The PDF file that they're presenting has nothing. It has nothing to suggest concrete evidence. And even further, why is there words that are highlighted in red underneath? So this is an open PDF file that they just decided to write on and try to make it look legit.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see the red lines for misspelled words and stuff like that. So, I don't know what my take on this is. I feel like as though Nintendo probably does have something like this. It's probably not to the extent of saying where they live and what they eat and things like that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they have somewhere in their files the names of people who have hacked their consoles and things like that. But then again, hackers have this too. Hackers look into developers and people get into like where they live and how they live and all this other stuff too. So, I mean, it happens on both sides. So I wouldn't go call Nintendo like this evil big brother company just yet. But we do know they're very, very, very protective of their IPs and. Yeah, I don't know. And it's also something that a lot of companies probably do too. You think Apple doesn't have a list of names of people that probably can break into the Apple iPhone or whatever? I don't know.
So I wouldn't, it's not, even if I'm riffing on the article itself, I'm not saying that there aren't companies that don't do this. Of course, there has to be companies that do this. And absolutely, every company, including Nintendo, has to have a research development team where they study the pathology and the mentality of their consumer. Like there's no way that they do not. You know.
Yeah.
But what the article is suggesting is essentially that they hired a private investigator to follow these individuals and study them meticulously, not only for video game research, but for other intended purposes. And I highly doubt that was the case.
Nah, I don't think he goes that deep into it. I don't think that Nintendo goes that deep, but they definitely have a list of names, but not what they're eating for breakfast and jazz like that. You know what I'm saying? But yo, man, I mean, you're breaking into billion-dollar companies, you're hacking them, you're learning their company secrets. We had a crazy leak. What was it, a couple months ago at Nintendo? They didn't have like Metroid games on it and all this other stuff on it. We had a crazy leak at Capcom a couple months ago too. And what do you think? You guys are gonna just go all anonymous and go in there with a V for Vendetta mask and get all their info, and they're not gonna try to do something back or keep an eye on you? They are, but these are fake though.
They are.
These are fake.
Now I'm seeking some kind of information. I'm trying to seek some information on your Switch in review, your 2020 Switch in review, Marv.
I was hyped for this. I was hyped for this. This is my hypest moment of the podcast because I genuinely love how the Nintendo did this, how they displayed this. The presentation of this. Let's break it down. I want to see. Can I share my screen on here? Let me see if I can share my screen and what does it go live? I guess blah. Maybe I can full screen this one over here. Okay, yeah, here we go. So here's my Nintendo year in review for 2020. I think you could do this too, Sin, on your screen. Let's see when we get to you. the they're telling me I'm a core gamer. You're a skilled, experienced gamer who was always up for a challenge. I think they describe me fairly accurately. I got 268 hours. And with 2019, I have tallied a total of 405 hours in total. So I play about 200 hours a year. I think that's the correct amount, if I'm not mistaken.
Did they share it?
Yeah, it's on the screen there. Can you see it there or no?
No, did it share mine?
Oh, not yet. I see your face twice, actually. I see your face twice. No. There is I played 17 games this year. Wow, and in total I've only played 21 games on my Switch. Only played 21 games on my Switch, which is damn, I thought I played a lot more. 17 this year, and I guess that means only 4 damn, I only played 4 Switch games last year? That's crazy. That is crazy.
You gotta we was hooked on Crystal Chronicles.
Yeah, I see. Hold up. Your stream is still running. You probably paused for save your resolution. Oh man, come on. Show me the right resolution over here. Okay, here we go. The games I played the most, Smash Bros, of course. Tales of Vesperia. I'm surprised this is on the list because I did not like that game that much. I'm surprised I played so much of it.
You invested into it. You still was trying to find some hope.
I was still trying to find hope. I wanted a good JRPG on the Switch, and I was like, let me try Tales of Vesperia. I've heard good things, but no, it plays just like Tales of Symphonia. Tales games don't innovate that much, which kind of sucks, man. I wish they would do something more innovative with the Tales series. I played all the Crystal Chronicles. I still love the game, but damn, I wish they had kept some of the components of the multiplayer from the GameCube version. Of course, I played a lot of Mario Kart 8. And then No More Heroes. No More Heroes, I played it on the Wii. I played it on the Switch. I love it still to this day. In 2019, the games I played the most, a lot of Final Fantasies in 2019 is what I played. Smash Bros is still my most played game in 2019. Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 10, Final Fantasy 7, Final Fantasy 9. Damn. And okay, so this is the most interesting thing I'm learning about myself. So apparently I played 0 games in January, February, March, and April.
And then just boom.
Okay, I don't know what came out in June. Damn, what was I playing in June that was that must have been Crystal Chronicles. That must have been when Crystal Chronicles came out.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it was just like,
yeah, that must have been when Crystal Chronicles came out. Then June I had a little drop off, and I haven't been playing that much towards the end of the year. The middle of the year I was on it hard body. The day I play the most on is Saturdays. I play games the most, which is, I bet you that's different now. I probably don't play games at all on Saturdays now. I can't wait to see Sin Cara. Sin Cara's list is gonna be way crazier than mine.
Maybe when you're done, you can like shut off your share screen and see if it'll share mine.
Yeah. Your total earned points, 1,200.
Nice.
Approximate games, your approximate number of games playing.
What's next?
Yeah, I want to see what's next. They want me to play a lot of JRPGs. I see I Am Setsuna, Valkyria Chronicle, Dragon Quest 11, Pokemon Sword, and Zelda, which I played Zelda already, but I was playing it on a different account. That's probably why it doesn't show there. It probably would have been the top of the list for hours. And yeah, man, that's mine right there. Let's see. Share yours, Sim. Let's see what we got here.
Let's see if it'll do it right. All right, is it sharing it?
Yep, we got it.
All right, so here we go. Oh boy. All right, I'm a core gamer.
You need a core. You got it in your heart, my boy.
A skilled, experienced gamer is always up for a chance. Why gotta be Bowser though? Come on now. All right, so
kind of fits. I don't know.
So total hours played 3,040.
Damn, you play way more games than me. Yo, wow.
I play while I'm at work on my break.
Damn, holy shit, you got way more hours than me.
28 games.
21 in total. 21 in total between last year and this year. So that means me and you have the same amount of games on our Switch.
Yeah, I don't buy many games. Like, it has to call my attention. Like, it has to. Okay, so yes, Xenoblade Chronicles is there. Of course it is.
Look at Sin's diversity in his games, cause Dead by Daylight looks so strange there between Smash Brothers and Xenoblade Chronicles. That's crazy.
So Dead by Daylight, the reason I play it now so much is because I don't even play a survivor. I just play as killer. I like to just kill people and be like, where you going? So that's actually pretty funny. I have a lot of diversity. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, of course. Dead by Daylight. Xenoblade Chronicles, which is the best JRPG of all time. Don't at me. Animal Crossing, which we were hooked on for a while, and Pokemon Shield. Yes, sounds about right. Yes. Let's see, 2019. Oh no!
Oh wow, you were playing a lot of Smite, huh?
Oh, why? I can't believe I was on Smite so much. I would never be on it again. I'll tell you that. Super Mario Maker 2 and Fire Emblem Three Houses. Yes, that's correct. That game was really good. I suggest it. So your most active day, Monday is my most active day. What?
October 5th. What came out October 5th, bro? Oh, Sam, we lost your audio, I think.
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, you're just in thinking. You're thinking. Yo, what came out October that you were playing so much? Was that when Xenoblade dropped? Did Xenoblade drop in October? No, Xenoblade was like summer. I think Xenoblade was over the summer.
I don't know, but I don't remember. Oh, man. That's bad. It could have been something from Smash Bros. Related.
Maybe that's when Steve came out. I think Steve came out in October.
Could be, but I don't remember. Like, my mind is just clearing right now. But as you can see, I average playing across the board. Like, it just doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm playing. I'm always playing. And then, wait, in 2019, your most active day was on Sunday, July 21st.
What was July 21st?
I always chalk it up to Smash Bros. Because, like, the second a new character drops, I'm just like, let's go! Damn it.
I wonder what was the most... I don't know. You got 2,500 Nintendo points, gold points.
Which is stupid that Nintendo still makes us pay for shipping if we use them to buy items.
Yeah, right.
Mario time. What is this? Your approximate number of games played starring Mario.
4.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. Your completed Mario missions on my Nintendo. I am not going to complete no missions here. And what games are you going to suggest to me?
Yo, it wants you to play Dark Souls, bro. And it has the Tales of Vesperia, too, dude. That game is making too many appearances on this podcast already.
We're going to kick that out of there. We don't want it.
How about NBA? Do you play sports games at all? I've never seen you play a sports game.
No, I don't. So I don't know why that's there.
And it wants you to play one from 2 years ago.
I would, right? Like, what is that?
At least make him play the new one.
I wouldn't mind doing Dark Souls. I wouldn't mind.
I would love. I would love to watch you rage on that game.
Because I know Dark Souls Remastered runs well on Switch, which is freaking hilarious. Like,
Yeah.
What can Switch not run? And Dragon Quest, I would also play. Pokemon Let's Go, I've already played it. It's just not showing on this account. Okay.
Damn, bro. NBA 2K18, bro. They want you to play a 2-year-old game.
They want me to go way back.
Yeah. And in my case, keep in mind I play a lot of games on the PlayStation also. So I wish PlayStation made a list like this too. But in my case, I know I played a lot of Bloodborne this year, which was my first Souls game, which I raised a lot playing that game. What else I played this year on PlayStation? I was playing Control, which I hated. I gotta stop playing games I hate. I hate it. I hated control. Take off the screen share, bro. Oh, actually, I think I could. I think I could
I did.
change it. Oh. How do we switch it back to? How do I make it full screen again? There you go. All right. So what else I played on PlayStation this year? What else? Oh, Final Fantasy 7 Remake. I really liked a lot. Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Although the ending is baffling. It's baffling how they changed the ending in that game. What else I played on PlayStation? Resident Evil 3 Remake. I did not like. I beat it twice because it's like a 4-hour game, which is so disappointing. $60 for a 4-hour game. It's not good.
Wow.
Anything else? There was a lot of Tony Hawk came out on PlayStation. The remake of Tony Hawk. I played a lot of that. What's your game of the year, Sin? What was your favorite game this year?
You know it's gonna be Xenoblade.
Yeah,
Xenoblade
makes sense.
Chronicles.
Going by your list. In my case, I would say Final Fantasy. So we both got JRPGs at the top of our list. Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
If the reason I don't include Final Fantasy for me is because obviously it's like it's a prior game, so I've already played it, I already beat it, so it's like classical for me. I can't put it anywhere. But if it was a new game, yeah, definitely will be Xenoblade.
Yeah. I mean, the remake is kind of new. I mean, the combat is different, but the ending is bizarre. But I think they actually found a good system for real-time JRPG combat, which I hope they stick with for future games.
So Xenoblade has changed the meta for RPGs for good. Like,
that
you
too.
know, after Xenoblade dropped, all RPGs were like, that's the new formula that we need to use. So get back here.
Yeah, I gotta play Xenoblade. That's probably gonna be my next game that I play, honestly. Because I've always wanted to get into the Xenoblade series. What intimidates me about the Xenoblade series is the menus, bro. I look at some of those HUDs and the menus, and I'm like, holy shit. I could barely look at my speedometer Mario Kart, and they got all these things on the screen.
You don't have to focus on it. It's actually lovely.
I'm sure if I just give it a try, I'll like it. I gotta play that next.
If you could play Final Fantasy, you could play Xenoblade. Trust me.
Oh yeah, I figure as much. I'll get into it, man. That's definitely something high on my list to play. That and even Fire Emblem, Three Houses, I wanted to play also.
So my recommendation for Fire Emblem Three Houses is, if you don't enjoy story, don't play it. Like the tactical, the strategy on it is great. The gameplay is great, but it's 50-50. It's the kind of game that only has two plots. It's the gameplay, which is really good, but the story is just as thick. So if you don't like story, it might just kill your gameplay.
Copy. I love stories, so I could definitely get into it. And I played a lot of Awakening on 3DS when it came out. I remember a lot of good memories with Awakening. Awakening was a waifu simulator tactics RPG, which was dope.
All right, we got to wrap up. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Before we go though, is there any game you're looking forward to for next year? Anything that's about to drop that you're hyped for?
Honestly, I'm waiting for Horizon. I definitely do want that game because I played a lot of that. Metro Prime 4 needs to come out already.
Please.
I am begging you, Nintendo.
Please.
And surprisingly enough, I've been craving a new Mario Kart.
Yeah, I think we're on that time, man. We should get a new one, but I don't know if Nintendo's never released 2 Mario Karts in one console generation. I'd be hyped for it, though. I'd be hyped for it. Do you want what everyone else on the internet wants? They want us to just turn it into Smash Bros. Kart and just have everybody in it.
No. I'm sick of hearing that. Like, I honestly, like, if this wasn't a podcast, I'd be saying it a lot worse.
It sounds cool, but it'll dilute the whole point of Mario Kart. Mario Kart is not supposed to be like Smash Bros. Smash Bros. Is a whole nother beast, and having everybody from every game in there is, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me.
You know what game would revive if they did that too, though? Super Mario Party.
Yeah, Mario. Even though I do like Mario Party the way it is now on the Switch, I just wish it had online.
Yeah.
But and I wish you could play it with a controller because you can only play it with Joy-Cons. But
Yes.
maybe when they make a new one, they'll let you play it with a regular Pro controller or whatever. As for me,
Exactly.
for next year, oh damn, what am I looking forward to next year? I think they're remaking Near Automata, not Automata, Near whatever it was called, on Gaston.
No, that is.
Near Gaston is getting remade, which I didn't play it, but I played Automata and I loved it. So I'm looking forward to that. Way over the horizon, I know Final Fantasy 16 is somewhere out there coming out on the PS5. So I'm looking forward to that, but I don't have a lot of high hopes for next year. There's not a lot of big announcements yet. On the Nintendo side,
It's.
Breath of the Wild 2, if that comes out next year, I'd play the shit out of that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
And yeah, same with you about Metroid Prime 4, or even if they do Metroid Prime HD Collection, I'd be really hyped for either one of those options. But yeah,
I've been disregarding that. Yeah, the second you just said it, I was like, please don't say it. Cause like
the HD collection.
If they come out with that.
I think an HD collection for Metroid would make a lot of sense for Metroid Prime, but I don't know. There's been rumors forever, but it's never happened. It's been rumors forever.
Yeah.
I would love to play those games in HD on the Switch, of course. With dual analog support, I hope they add that to it. But yeah, man, this is the pod. This is the episode, bro. Episode 2 is in the bag, baby.
We gotta bag it and tie it.
Yeah, bag it and tie it up. So you heard it here first. Sinkara's Game of the Year, Xenoblade Chronicles, and my Game of the Year, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Yo, we some JRPG boys, bro. Let's go weeb out, bro.
We gotta weeb out one of these days. Go to a club that's called Weebers.
Weavers, we gotta hit up Weavers, bro. We gotta pick up some waifus, and you know what I'm saying. We gotta do it. But Sin, it's been an honor, as usual. Plug it in, bro. Plug it where you're at.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can catch me at twitch.tv/Sinfanta and on all social media, Sinfanta. Thank you so much for coming. And we got here
Naughty Marv, boss of the Brave Out. You can find me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Bravery Arcade. Everywhere else, on every other platform, I'm Gnarly Marv. We out of here?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, podcast. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, wonderful night, and as always, mission complete.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
We await your return, brave hearts.